Listen to me for a moment. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is the quiet agreement you make with your future. It's the voice that tells you to get up when comfort is pulling you back down. And if you learn how to honor that voice, your life starts moving in directions that once felt out of reach. Discipline is the doorway. Every breakthrough waits on the other side of it. If you look around, you'll notice something. Many people have big dreams, big ideas, and big plans, but they struggle to cross the gap between intention and action. Not because they're weak, not because they don't care, but because discipline feels heavy. It feels demanding. It feels slow. But what if I told you that discipline is not the enemy of your freedom? It's the foundation of it. When you train yourself to follow through, even when it's boring, even when it's tiring, you start building a strength that doesn't fade. You stop waiting for motivation and you start trusting your habits. You stop hoping your life changes and you begin shaping it piece by piece. Discipline is not loud. It doesn't shout. It whispers. And if you listen, it will carry you farther than desire ever could. Today, we're talking about how to build that power inside yourself, because once you master discipline, you stop negotiating with excuses and start rising into the person you were meant to become. Discipline is the bridge between who you are today and who you want to become. It starts with a choice, a decision that you make in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's easy to say you want success, to dream about a better life, to imagine what it would feel like to achieve your goals. But discipline asks something more of you. It asks you to act on those dreams, even when the excitement fades, even when the world around you offers countless distractions. Discipline is the voice that whispers to your heart in the early mornings when your body wants to stay in bed, telling you that every small action you take is a deposit into the account of your future. It is not glamorous and it rarely feels urgent in the moment, but it is steady and powerful. When you honor that voice, you are choosing to respect the person you will become. You are saying that your future matters more than your temporary comfort, more than your current hesitation. Every choice you make, from the food you eat to the time you spend learning, to the way you respond to challenges, is an investment in your future self. Discipline trains you to keep promises to yourself, and with each promise kept, you build confidence, self-respect, and momentum. It is in the consistent, often unnoticed acts of discipline that transformation occurs. You may not see immediate results, and the process can feel slow, but it is during this time that character is formed. This is why discipline is not punishment, it is protection. It shields you from the regret of wasted time, the frustration of unmet potential, and the pain of looking back wishing you had done more. When you commit to discipline, you are choosing to rise above the temporary satisfaction of giving in to impulses or excuses. You are building a foundation strong enough to withstand obstacles and challenges that will inevitably come. Your future self will thank you because the strength you develop through discipline carries over into every aspect of your life. You become a person who acts with intention, a person who refuses to be swayed by fleeting desires, a person whose life is shaped by purpose and vision. Discipline is the quiet power that transforms dreams into reality, and it all begins with choosing to honor your future every single day. Discipline is not born in the extraordinary moments of life. It is cultivated in the small, everyday choices that most people overlook. It grows quietly, almost invisibly, in the decisions you make when no one is watching, in the repetition of actions that seem insignificant at the time. The truth is, your habits define you far more than your grand gestures ever will. Every time you choose to wake up early, to study a little longer, to practice when it's uncomfortable, or to stay focused when distractions pull at you, you are shaping your character and building the foundation for your future. Success is rarely an instant result of a single heroic effort. It is the accumulation of consistent small steps taken day after day. Each action, no matter how minor it seems, compounds over time, creating momentum that eventually becomes unstoppable. Discipline is about showing up even when you don't feel like it, about doing the work when no applause is coming, when there is no immediate reward, and when the world doesn't notice your effort. These small, consistent actions form the habits that eventually define your life. They shape how you think, how you respond to challenges, and how you approach opportunities. The person who masters the art of small, deliberate actions develops resilience and focus. They learn to delay gratification, understanding that the reward of persistence is far greater than the fleeting satisfaction of a momentary pleasure. It's in these repeated, humble actions that you create identity, not by accident, but by choice. When you commit to the small things, when you honor the quiet work behind the scenes, you set yourself apart from those who wait for inspiration or for the perfect conditions to act. Discipline in small decisions builds a pattern, and patterns eventually become destiny. Every task you complete, every effort you put in consistently, no matter how small, signals to yourself that you are capable, that you are reliable, and that you are serious about your goals. Over time, these actions develop into habits that carry you through even the toughest seasons of life. Small disciplined choices are the invisible architecture of success, shaping the person you become and creating the life you once only imagined. It is not the dramatic moments that define you, but the quiet, consistent choices that form the backbone of your character. Motivation is a powerful feeling, but it is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind, unpredictable and unreliable. One day you feel unstoppable, ready to conquer everything in your path, and the next day you struggle to find the energy to take even a single step. Relying solely on motivation is like trying to sail a ship with no rudder. You may move for a while when the wind is favorable, but the moment it dies down, you drift aimlessly. This is why discipline is so crucial. Discipline does not wait for the perfect mood or the right emotion. Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving even when motivation has left the room. It is the commitment to action regardless of how you feel. When you practice discipline, you learn to act with consistency, knowing that every small effort contributes to a larger purpose. You stop negotiating with your emotions and start trusting your habits to carry you through. Motivation may inspire you to start, but discipline ensures that you finish. It teaches you that results are not always immediate and that the path to achievement is often paved with routine, repetition, and persistence. Discipline gives you control over your actions, even when the circumstances are challenging or your energy is low. It trains you to push through resistance, to do the work when distractions and excuses are tempting, and to honor your commitments to yourself. This consistent action builds momentum, and over time, momentum becomes unstoppable. The person who relies on motivation alone will find themselves swinging between bursts of effort and periods of stagnation. The disciplined person, however, moves forward steadily, building trust in themselves and creating a track record of accomplishment. Discipline is what allows you to stay the course when the excitement fades, when the initial thrill of a new goal has passed, and the work feels monotonous or difficult. It is the quiet force that transforms desire into reality, effort into achievement, and dreams into tangible outcomes. By learning to act independently of how you feel, you build resilience, focus, and confidence. Discipline becomes your anchor, keeping you steady when life pulls you in different directions, and ensuring that your progress does not depend on fleeting emotions. It is the difference between hoping for results and actually creating them, and it is the key that unlocks consistent success in every area of life. Discipline is what teaches you to follow through, to honor your commitments to yourself and to the goals you set. It is one thing to have dreams, to imagine a future filled with success and fulfillment, but it is entirely another to act in a way that brings those dreams to life. Following through requires more than desire or intention. It requires consistency, persistence, and the willingness to do what needs to be done even when it feels uncomfortable or inconvenient. When you develop discipline, you build trust in yourself. You learn that you can rely on your own word, that you are capable of taking action, and that your decisions are more than just fleeting thoughts. This trust becomes a foundation for confidence because you know that you have shown up for yourself time and time again. Following through also shapes your character. Every task you complete, every responsibility you honor strengthens your ability to face challenges and overcome obstacles. Discipline teaches you patience and endurance. It shows you that results often come gradually and that progress is built one step at a time. By committing to follow through, you begin to value the process rather than just the outcome, and you recognize that small, consistent actions create lasting change. Discipline prevents the trap of starting and stopping, of giving up when the first difficulty arises. It reminds you that real growth and real achievement demand persistence and dedication. Each time you follow through, you reinforce your sense of self-efficacy, the belief that you can accomplish what you set out to do. This belief becomes self-reinforcing, empowering you to take on greater challenges and pursue more ambitious goals. Discipline also protects you from regret. When you act consistently, when you see commitments through, you avoid the frustration and disappointment that come from wasted potential and unfulfilled promises. You develop a reputation not only to the world but to yourself as someone who does what they say they will do. This reputation is invaluable, for it strengthens relationships, opportunities, and your sense of purpose. Ultimately, discipline and follow through are inseparable. One cannot exist fully without the other. By cultivating discipline, you ensure that your actions align with your intentions, that your dreams are grounded in reality, and that your life moves forward with direction and integrity. It is through follow through that the abstract becomes tangible, and that the person you aspire to be is forged in the choices you make every day. Discipline has the power to remove distractions and bring clarity to your life. In a world full of noise, constant stimulation, and endless options, it is easy to lose focus on what truly matters. Discipline helps you cut through that chaos and identify the actions and priorities that will move you closer to your goals. When you commit to a disciplined life, you begin to recognize that not everything deserves your attention, that not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and that your time and energy are finite resources. This awareness allows you to focus on what is essential and eliminate what is unnecessary or harmful. Clarity comes when you consistently choose actions that align with your vision rather than reacting to every impulse or external pressure. Discipline teaches you to say no to distractions, even when they are tempting, and to stay aligned with your purpose. It creates mental space, reducing the overwhelm that often accompanies a scattered or unfocused life. When your mind is free from unnecessary clutter, you can make decisions with greater precision and act with greater intention. Over time, disciplined habits form a structure for your life, providing consistency and predictability that allow you to concentrate on your priorities. You learn to plan your days, organize your tasks, and establish routines that keep you on track rather than drifting from one thing to another. The clarity that comes from discipline also strengthens your resilience. When you face challenges or unexpected obstacles, you are less likely to be thrown off course because your focus remains anchored in your goals and values. Discipline sharpens your ability to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important, ensuring that your efforts are directed toward activities that have lasting impact. It allows you to move deliberately rather than reacting impulsively, and to invest your energy where it counts most. By removing distractions and creating clarity, discipline not only improves productivity, but also reduces stress and mental fatigue. It empowers you to take control of your life, to act with purpose, and to make progress even when circumstances are challenging. Discipline transforms scattered effort into focused action and vague intention into clear, achievable steps. It gives you the power to see your path, stay on it, and move steadily toward the life you envision. Through discipline, clarity becomes not just a momentary insight, but a consistent way of living. Discipline builds a strength that extends far beyond any single area of your life. It is not limited to one habit, one goal, or one task. It becomes a force that influences everything you do. When you develop the ability to control your actions and stay committed to your principles, you create a foundation that carries over into every decision, every relationship, and every challenge you face. Strength born of discipline is different from physical power or temporary motivation. It is deeper, more reliable, and enduring. It allows you to withstand adversity without losing your direction. It gives you the courage to persist when circumstances are difficult and the patience to continue when results are slow to appear. Discipline shapes your character, forging resilience, focus, and determination. Each time you choose consistency over convenience, each time you act with intention rather than impulse, you strengthen the part of yourself that can endure hardship and overcome obstacles. This strength becomes cumulative, building over time until it permeates every area of your life. The habits you form through discipline become second nature, allowing you to approach challenges with confidence and clarity. You begin to operate from a place of control rather than reaction, making choices based on your values and long-term goals rather than immediate gratification. This internal strength influences your relationships, your career, and your personal growth, enabling you to lead with integrity, act with purpose, and inspire others by example. Discipline also prepares you for opportunities that require persistence, focus, and self-mastery. Life will inevitably test you, presenting moments of temptation, distraction, or pressure. Those who have cultivated discipline are equipped to respond with wisdom and consistency, while those who rely solely on desire or luck often falter. The strength gained through discipline is liberating because it allows you to live intentionally rather than being tossed about by circumstances or emotions. It provides stability in uncertainty, clarity in confusion, and direction when the path ahead seems unclear. Over time, this strength becomes an integral part of your identity, shaping not only what you accomplish, but also who you are. Discipline transforms ordinary people into individuals capable of extraordinary achievement, not through luck or talent alone, but through the consistent application of focused effort. When you master discipline, you develop a power that cannot be taken away, a force that carries you forward, and a foundation strong enough to sustain a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment.